Morning there, YouTube. How are we doing today? Today we're going to see what's in my sack. Hey Asuna, how's it going? She's all confused. She thinks I'm going somewhere right now. Unfortunately, she's not coming with us this weekend to Virginia because I brought her there with me last year and it was a little hard to climb up Dragon's Teeth, the cliff thing you have to climb up with her. And since I'm gonna have Danny with me and stuff, I don't want to have to worry about the dog and Danny because Danny's never done it before. So we're trying to see how she's gonna handle it. Alright, go, run away. Run from me. Okay, anyway, this is what's in my pack for this weekend here. We got the, this is my pack that I'm using. It's going to be, I'm not using the Zerk this time because I'm having a little trouble with space-wise because I'm doing hammock camping this time. So, we have here the Osprey Exos 58. This is a pack that I've been using for a while now. Like it a lot. The only problem is it doesn't have hip belt pockets, so most people have an issue with that. But it's still is a very light pack, very easy to deal with. I like it a lot. All right, I have this giant heavy ass carabiner on here. I like this for bear bagging, so I can throw this over the throw it over a branch very easily because it's nice and heavy. So when I throw it with the rope attached to it, it's going to come straight down. I don't have to worry about it getting hung up somewhere, you know, because it's a pretty heavy hook. Here goes the rain cover for the bag. I have it hanging off that so that's easily accessible if it starts to rain on me. You know, it's on the outside of the pack, easy to get to. And of course I got my little lamb on here. Still got the cherry blossom that I'm still using, haven't run out of it yet. We got here the headlamp I'm using is the Nightcore. This is really popular with a lot of people right now. Reason being that it's lasts very long on the charge. I think it lasts for like 4 hours or something on the medium charge, the medium brightness. You know, it's very good. I like using it a lot. Except I'm not one of those guys that switched this out for a shock cord or nothing yet. I still use the original band that came with it. I haven't had an issue with weight yet. You know, I'm an ogre, so I can carry a little extra weight. It's not a big deal. Not worried about switching this to the shock cord so that it's a lot lighter, because I mean, how much lighter is it really going to be? It's not that big a deal to me. Alright, we got here my Sawyer Squeeze. Of course, you know, this is the better one. It has better flow rate than the other ones. I have the adapter on here so I can do the, you know, gravity filtering right into the bottle. This part here I just screw into the bag. This is the knock bag I have. I love this thing a lot. You know, it's probably one of my favorite pieces because I hated having to try and fill any kind of water thing by using just the nozzle at the bottom of it. This one here, you slide the top off, fills it right from the top. So much easier, so much faster. Don't got to worry about dealing with, you know, a little tiny opening. You know, this thing is great. I accidentally got the 3-liter one when I got it, but I like having it because 3-liter one keeps it so that I don't have to worry about refilling my water. When I'm at camp, I fill it up one time and it pretty much gets me through dinner, breakfast, and refilling my bottles for heading out the next day. So I don't have to go fill up a bunch of times. Of course, we got here some baby wipes. Got a Cape Clean. Oh, I have this here because, you know, since I do use it as a gravity filter, you know, I like to hook this on here and, you know, hang it off of a branch or something or whatever it's nearby that I can hang it off of so I can just gravity filter quicker and deal with other stuff while it's doing that. Alright, so we got that. This here is the, I have one of these Tenba inserts to carry this camera because the camera's not waterproof, of course. So if it starts to rain, I've got to shove this camera away somewhere really fast to where it's not going to get damaged because I don't feel like damaging this camera. So I have this it's like bag insert from Tenba. This is actually a smaller size one. I forget which one this is. The insert number 9. The camera just barely fits in here along with the lens and the microphone it just barely fits in here, so this is good enough. You know, I don't think I need to go for the 10 unless I get another lens, like a wide angle lens like I want to get eventually. Haven't got a wide angle lens yet, but so far this works out pretty good. It's water resistant, not waterproof, but it's, as long as it's inside here and inside the bag, it's not going to get wet. It's not going to get soaked through. So this is the SD card adapter for my phone and the iPad, so I can, you know, transfer things over from the camera. Yeah, this little bag has a zippered pocket up top here, a couple pockets on the side. Right here it's got these hard waterproof cases to hold some extra SD cards. Got, you know, 3 more in here. Luckily I have big ones. These are like 256 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte, 64 gigabytes. This one's a little smaller, and the one in the camera is a 128. So I don't really have to worry too much about, you know, running out of space. I have a lot of space on these cards. Another one on this side. This side has nothing. Nothing in this front pocket. Inside still has the different the lens covers and things, so when I go put it away I can put it all together real fast and take it, because in order to fit in here I can put lens in one, microphone in one, and camera body in one. So, and it just barely fits it, but that's perfect because I don't have to worry about you know, extra space or nothing, taking up extra weight because of stuff I don't really need. So of course we got here some, you know, TP, and this is one of them, what is it, Deuce trowels. This is the number 3, so it's the largest one out of the ones they carry. I don't mind a little bit extra weight, again, an ogre, so I don't mind the extra weight to carry the bigger one out of the 3 versions, because for me, if I'm going to the bathroom, I just want to dig that hole and go. I don't want to have this tiny little spade where I have to dig for 10 minutes trying to get a nice hole out. You know, these things are light as heck anyway, so it doesn't even matter what size you get. So the biggest one is fine. I can dig a hole much quicker with this thing and be able to go, because you're supposed to dig 6 inches deep before you go to the bathroom. So if you get the little one and you're trying to dig 6 inches deep, it's going to take you a few moments. And I don't feel like wasting that much time. If I'm going to the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom, you know. There goes my rope for hanging the bag for food and for bears. Yeah, this is a little bit bigger than most people use. It's a different kind of rope and stuff, but I use this one because not only do I use it for that, but it's also for when I tie up the dog when she goes with me on hikes. I can't just leave her loose because she's a beagle and she'll just tear off after whatever. So I have to, you know, make sure that I keep her tied up. So that works good. Put her in camp and have that there, and she has a good amount of space to run around while I'm doing things. We got here my cook bag. You know, I've explained this before in one video. I throw my food in there so it, you know, cooks up quicker. Got my knife here. Like I said, again, I love carrying a big knife. Most people don't. I do, just because I like having fires, and it's really easy to process wood with a bigger knife. So then I can, you know, make the fires and stuff a lot easier. This here is my sleeping bag. It's inside one of these Sea to Summit bags. This is waterproof, and it's one of these Airstream pump sacks. I used to have a sleeping pad that I can use this with. I don't anymore. So it's kind of unnecessary, but at the same time, since this is waterproof, it's going to keep my sleeping bag from getting wet. You know, this is a regular, just a Walmart brand sleeping bag for like 40 degrees and up, you know, or maybe not even 40, maybe 50, I don't know. But it's very light, very small. I don't really need much more than that unless it gets really cold out. So, you know, eventually I'm going to switch out this for something else, because the loft in this is gone, so it's not really keeping me warm at all anymore. But it's good enough for now still, especially since it's summer, it's July, you know. This is the bag I put my food in. This is, you know, like I explained before in the other video, this is an outdoor products bag from Walmart as well, but it's completely waterproof. It's only like $5 too. And this is a nice big bag. You get all your food in here, and you don't gotta worry about, you know, getting wet or anything like that. In here is my we got the Sea to Summit titanium spoon. I like the spoon better than the spork, because when you're eating out of the bags like I eat, out of the freezer bags, The spork tends to just leave trails of stuff on the inside because the tines don't want to touch the very bottom and get anything up, so it's a little harder to get everything out of there with a fork. So a spoon is a lot better. Of course, got my flask because, you know, I gotta have my whiskey when I'm out there. You know, you're in the woods, you gotta have some whiskey, right? All right, I got this rope because I needed to put up the tarp for the hammock, which, like I said, it's probably wrong. Someone out there is going to yell at me. I've never done hammock camping yet before, so my stuff is not dialed in for this stuff yet. I don't know what I'm doing entirely yet. I did manage, this is an Eno double nest, and it got one with the Appalachian Trail Conservancy on it, so that's pretty cool. I'm probably going to cut these things off because what the heck is this strap even for? I don't know. I'm going to leave it on there for the first time just to make sure that it's not needed for something, because I don't know what it's there for otherwise. I have to find out. For all I know, it attaches. Maybe this whole thing is actually the thing. I haven't even opened this yet or used it yet. So it's gonna, this whole trip is going to be a whole big experience for me. I've never done any of this yet. It's going to be wild, you know, trying to figure out what to do. This is my Sea to Summit Aeros pillow. Love this thing. Helped me sleep so much better on the trail than I originally used to before I got this thing. It's great. These are some more ropes that are for the tarp to attach it to the ground and stuff. I'm gonna be bringing this time. I don't normally bring this one. I usually bring my littler Stanley mug, but I'm gonna bring the French press because I want to have some good coffee this trip, because it is my birthday for this trip. So I want to have some good coffee, so I'm bringing a French press. It's a little larger, but and already I'm having to use the larger bag anyway because of all the hammock stuff. So I have room. It's not a big deal. I'll bring this along. You know, be able to have some good coffee then while I'm out there. You know, and inside here is, you know, it still fits in here just like the other one. Got me the 4-ounce gas can. I have a just a little towel in here that I used to wipe things down with, you know, before I put things away. You know, a lighter to light my thing, and the BRS stove because, like I said, it's still working for me. Hasn't broke yet. You know, I know that a lot of people say they break on you. They're not that reliable, but it doesn't really matter. It was $11. You know, let it break. It doesn't really matter. I'll just order another one. $11 is fine. You can break 10 of them. You know, I mean, heck, I have the Jetboil that I paid $100 and something for. You know, and that there just works just as well. I mean, it works better, of course, than the BRS. It's, you know, cooks things faster, so uses less gas. So it's technically better, and it's good and lasts a long time. But for $11, you know, it's lighter weight, it's good, fits inside this thing. I can use this instead of having to bring the whole entire Jetboil thing. But anyway, get past the cook part. We talked about that kind of stuff in another video. So we got the hammock. This is the bug net part for it. Again, it has this strap on it that I don't know what the hell the strap is for. Honestly, I don't know why it has where they have these clasps on the bottom of them. Here goes the Atlas straps for it. You know, so you hook it up to the trees. This here, it says it's the Flash all-season insulated pad. It's not. This is the tarp. I put it in here because the bag it was in was not that great, so I put it inside this one here instead. Since this is the this is the pad that I had before that got a hole in it that I used to use the Airstream on. But like I said, the pad got a hole in it. I can't seem to fix it. I've put 2 patches over the spot, and it still won't work. I don't understand what the deal is. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I'm not a person that knows how to fix them, apparently. So here's my electronic stuff. I got me a nice battery to charge everything back up with, phones and things like that. This is the Black Web one from Walmart. Okay, it's a Black Web one. This, I forget how much power it has to it. It's a pretty large size one. Let me see. Bring it up close to my face here. I got it. It is an 18,200 milliamp. So decent size. Lasts pretty good. It will charge up my devices a couple times. My phones anyway a couple times. I do have inside this. There's 2 more batteries in here for the camera. So this camera has 2 more batteries inside here, plus the battery that's in it, so I have 3 batteries in total. This is the charger for the batteries in case I really want to charge up the batteries, like I somehow blow through all of them and I need to charge them back up again to keep using the camera. These are some cables. You know, this is an iPhone 1 and stuff, or iPad or whatever, if I decided to bring that, but I'm probably not bringing the iPad this time. There's no reason to bring it for a short trip like this. This is a cable that'll fit. It's actually for the headlamp, the Nitecore headlamp, but it also, since it is a micro USB, it does fit this charger as well, so I can put it inside here so I can charge up the batteries with this as well, so it pulls double duty. This is more cables in here, but it's just basically lightning cables and USB cables, so it's kind of actually redundant. So I might take the cables out of here actually and put those cables in here, because those are the ones I'm going to be using instead of what's in here. So I'll probably just take these out and put those in there, because this is like a little waterproof case, so it'll keep the cables from getting wet. This bag is also making a mess. This bag is from Walmart as well. Like I said, I buy some stuff from Walmart because Walmart does have gear you can use. These Outdoor Products company is actually pretty decent. They're a new company they get their stuff from. Outdoor Products does pretty good, decent stuff. Actually, I saw the other day when I was in an REI store, they carry the Outdoor Products stuff now too. So they can't be that bad. So the Walmart brands that say Outdoor Products on them are pretty decent. You can trust them for certain things. Like, so this is a waterproof bag. I've used these for a while now. They come in, if you buy the pack, it's like 3 different sizes. Orange one that's this size, blue one that's a little smaller, and then a weird shaped long yellow one. It's hard to find a use for that one, but they are good bags. They work out pretty well. I've had no issues with it so far. I am bringing the full size tripod, which is gonna be a little heavier, but again, I'm using the bigger pack, so it'll fit just fine. But I'm bringing the full size tripod because of the fact I'm going to McAfee's Knob. We're gonna try and get to the top for sunrise, so I'm gonna be able to take some nice pictures of the sunrise. So I'm bringing this. This is not a really like crazy brand. This is something off of Amazon, Zomi or Zome or whatever you want to say it as. It's probably aluminum, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's not light. I'm telling you right now, it's not a light one, but it's decent enough, and it was only like 25 bucks, so I'm fine with it. You know, I'm not trying to spend like Peak Designs has a pretty good tripod out right now that's like carbon fiber or aluminum, so but that's like several $100s for a tripod, and I am not that much of a professional yet to be spending several $100s on a tripod, so I'm not gonna do that. But this one works just fine for now until I can decide anything better. Got another random towel here just to, you know, make sure I dry things off myself, my face, whatever, clean up a little bit here and there. That's pretty much everything I got in my bag. I don't think I'm missing anything here. But this is pretty much what's going to be in my bag for the most part. Now if I go ahead and do a different kind of hike where I'm going to use the Zurich bag instead of the Exos, you know, because I'm not going to bring the you know, the hammock setup, because this is the reason I have the big setup, because normally my tent is the 6 Moons Lunar Solo, so it is only like 1.5 pounds, that thing, and this here is definitely more than 1.5 pounds to have this, all these parts in order to make the hammock work and the rope. You know, I mean, eventually I gotta figure out a different rope. I think you can buy a rope from a different company for like 25 bucks. So it's a little more expensive than this, but it's only like $5. But this is, you know, just a quick thing to try out for the first time hammock camping. But it's like 25 bucks. It's a smaller rope, has some attachments on it to make it easier to pitch up your tarp with. I forget who makes it. It's from the UGQ company, which I've been looking at them for a while now, because so I have to switch out that bag eventually, because that same bag kind of sucks. So I'm gonna go with UGQ probably and get myself a nice quilt from them. And if I really end up liking hammock camping, maybe I'll get an under quilt too, just to make sure I'm not gonna freeze to death, because, you know, as it gets colder, hammocks, that's one of the problems with hammocks, besides the fact that it's going to be heavier than trying to bring my other sleeping system. It also is going to be colder, because this is where you're sleeping on is a very thin material, so it's going to let a lot of cold air up underneath you. And if it's not warm out, like I said, it's July right now, so I don't have to worry too much about cold all that much. But if it were cold out, you'll be freezing because you'll be laying on nothing. It's like laying on air. You're gonna just have cold air rushing all up your backside. So that's another issue with these. You know, the whole system with hammock camping, you're gonna have extra stuff. You gotta have all this stuff here, plus you gotta have your sleeping bag, and then you gotta have an underquilt if it's colder out. So we'll see how I like this. You know, I still might stay with my tent for the most part, just because it's lighter and easier to deal with. But, you know, a lot of people keep saying hammock camping is a lot more comfortable, so I'm going to try it out, see what it's like. When I'm out there doing it, you know, of course I'll be filming, doing the when I'm doing that trail. I'll let you guys know how my hammock camp is going, show you it all set up and everything. You know, so you guys can tell me what I'm doing wrong anyway too, because I'm sure I'll be doing tons of things wrong when I first try out with this stuff. Anyway, this is pretty much everything's in my pack. You know, things here change in and out a little bit. Mostly just this is going to change out for a tent if I go with a tent. And I'm going to have to bring the I have the Tyvek sheet that goes underneath the tent, so that'll be in this too if I was going with the that. And my sleeping pad would be in here. So I mean, honestly, the £1.50 for the tent, maybe a £1.50 for the sleeping pad, and the tent Tyvek sheet you need, that's like nothing. That's less than £1. So, and yeah, so you're looking at maybe about 3.5 pounds total for the stuff in a tent. And with this though, this is definitely heavier, because I mean, this doesn't feel like it weighs much, you know, but all this together might weigh probably about a little more. And then if you're having to deal with colder weather, you have to actually bring a underquilt too, and you're just adding a whole extra thing. So, you know, it's, the weight is gonna be a little different. And you know, this is gonna be a little heavier probably than the lighter setup of the, you know, Solar Wave going to other things, tent and whatnot. But who knows, if this is worth it, if it ends up being real comfortable, maybe it'll be worth it to carry that little extra weight. So I'm not worried about weight. To me, weight isn't that big a deal, as I'm not carrying like 80 pounds of stuff. I used to do this all the time with a 70-liter backpack that was filled to the brim because I didn't know what I was doing yet. And so I was carrying like 55 pounds worth of gear with me at all times, because I also used to bring way too much food every time I did it. You know, for this particular trip here, I've got my food set up already. It's over here. So we got the stuff going on up here. Just got to put that inside that bag over there, and you know, get it ready to go. Got myself coffee and everything. Get everything together, and be hitting the trail this weekend. Should be great fun. Yeah, I'm gonna pack this all up, and then I'm gonna give it a weight so you can see what the base weight of all this is. All right, get right back to you. I did forget one thing. I forgot to mention this. We got this other bag here. This is another Outdoor Products bag. This is waterproof and it has a Velcro top to it. So this one here is $5 by itself for some reason, but it's decent. Seemed like it's pretty good. This is gonna be my clothes. I do have in here an extra shirt, an extra pair of socks, and then I have my base layer stuff in case it gets cold, because it is supposed to rain one of the days, and since I am in the hammock, I might get a little cold at night, so I did bring that just in case I got cold. So I have my you know, my leggings and my long sleeve shirt, just to make sure I'll stay warm inside the hammock, because again, I've never done it before, so we'll see if I stay warm or not. All right, again, I'm gonna get back to packing this up so I can show you the base weight of everything. And this is like one of the few things I only dislike about this bag, is it has the brain, you know, but it also has this flap here, because you're supposed to, if you want to take this off, you can. If you don't want to carry the extra weight of this brain, you can just use this as cover, you know. But the problem that I have with it is there's nothing you can do with this thing now. If you don't have this thing using instead of this, it's just kind of an extra thing. There's nowhere to tuck it into, No way of putting it anywhere that you can take it out of the way of. It doesn't detach on its own. So this flap is just always here, and if you have the brain on, you have to use the clips here to clip the brain on. So this doesn't clip to anything, so it's just kind of there. It's always just here. I wish you had a way of like tucking into something so that way it was out of the way, so if you're not planning using it, because there is nowhere to put it, so it's just kind of in the way. Because I like using the brain. I know if you're trying to go a little lighter, you can take this off, and for the most part, you know, the stuff in here probably could just be in here and it'd be fine, but I like having some organization a little bit when I go on the trail and stuff. So I like having certain things in here that's easier to get to then, or whatever. Like my headlamps in here, the trowel and stuff's in here, the toilet paper and the baby wipes stuff are in here. You know, I like having a little bit more organization. Having those 2 extra pockets make it so you can, you know, do things a little more organized. And so I just like that aspect of having the brain on it. Yeah, it's got a little more weight, but it's not that big a deal, really. I mean, so I just wish I had a way of doing something with this so it wasn't just in the way there. Alright, but everything's all packed up. As you can see, of course, I have the big tripod and all that extra stuff that normal people aren't going to carry. So, but again, I'm an ogre, I don't really mind the weight. So we got everything all packed in here. Let's see. The only thing not in there is the food and the water then. So let's see the base weight of this thing for this hike and where I'm going to be starting off at. You know, food and water is going to add a little more weight to it, but this is just the base weight. This is just the regular stuff. So we're going to take this luggage seal, bring it to 0. Alright, and bring it up. And what are we at here? This is... sitting at 25 pounds. So 25 pound base weight. I know that sounds like a crazy amount. You see those people online constantly, my 7 pound base weight. Yeah, no. I don't know how the heck they do that. They must, you know, be foregoing a lot of stuff. I can't seem to forego everything. One thing I didn't put in here yet too, though, is going to be the first aid kit. That's going to go in there too. I forgot about that again. So actually that's probably another like 2 pounds probably. Not quite that much, but I can't do without a first aid kit. I'm one of those people who's a little bit more, you know, worried about things like that happening. First aid kit, mine is a little more bigger than most people's first aid. Most people's first aid is just a, you know, since I'm talking to the camera, I'm going to flip you guys around. Hi, I'm sideways. Anyway, so like I was saying, first aid kit for most hikers is pretty much just some ibuprofen and a couple band-aids. My first aid kit's a little more extensive, but that's just because I'm a little paranoid with that kind of stuff. I want to have stuff just in case it's needed. And I even have a pair of latex gloves in there just because it's going to help you out. You know, because I'm not just trying to protect me, I'm trying to protect me and everyone else around me. Because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. You know, if you cut yourself really badly and you don't have any way of fixing besides your band-aids and ibuprofen, I have some stuff that I can help you out with, and I am glad to help you. I've helped out several people on the trail before just because they needed something, and I have it for them, and I'm perfectly fine sharing just to make sure everyone's okay. Because I do not want to see anybody hurt. I do not want to see anybody not being able to take care of themselves. I'm a carrying ogre. You know, I'm not gonna just, you know, destroy your house and your family. You know, I'm gonna try and help you out too. But anyway, so 25 pounds is my weight without food and water. So with the food and water, I'm gonna be sitting at probably around 32, 33 pounds. That's really nothing, honestly. 30 pounds is pretty light to me. I know some people out there think that's probably a little heavy. Some people are, you know, insane with that and want to get their weight down only like 20, 25 pounds. But for me, you know, again, I'm an ogre, 6'2". You know, I weigh 265, 70 pounds. So I'm already carrying me. A couple extra pounds of weight inside my pack is not that big a deal to me. Alright, well, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Check out the video when I come up next weekend. Not this weekend coming up, actually. I'm going to be going on trail and doing the Virginia trip with this setup. So check that out when I put it up. Thanks for watching this. Please remember to like and subscribe, guys. I'm trying to get all them, subscribes up so I can, start making a career out of this, maybe get some money from YouTube and be able to just hike on for, forever. Because that's my ideal. I love hiking, I love backpacking. I'm hoping to one day do a through hike of the Appalachian Trail, do the Pacific Crest Trail, get Triple Crown, do all those, do every single trail everywhere. I'd love to just cross the country, going to all the state parks and looking at all the major state parks, checking all the trails out. That's my end game goal. I want to turn my car into an overlander and get out there and travel and see everything. Do some nice overlanding trips and see some stuff. Alright, so remember, like and subscribe, guys. Leave a comment below, tell me how things going. Like I said, Danny's coming with me and the trip this weekend. She started her own channel, by the way. I'll try and figure out how to put a link up here somewhere it ends up being, right? Try and put the link up there so you guys can check out her channel, because she's going to be posting her experience this weekend as well. We're going to be together, but she's going to be filming herself and thing, and I'm going to be filming myself and thing, so you're going to be able to see both sides, both perspectives of how each one of us handle it. Alright. See you guys later.